And at number 10, Tom Girardi. Tom Girardi first became a legal celebrity after he represented the town of Hinckley against PG&E in a landmark case that would turn into Aaron Brockovich the movie. After this case, his success exploded, and he became one of the wealthiest and most well-respected lawyers ever. He then married Erica Jane and became a part of the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. But things with Tom are going downhill fast. Erica recently filed for divorce, and it's now been revealed that Tom was a scammer who stole money from his clients and allegedly used it to fund his and Erica's lavish life. Tom is apparently now broke, and he's not mentally capable to care for himself anymore. There are also rumors that Erica is involved in all of this, and some even claim she's twisting the media narrative to try and help with Tom and his legal dealings. Only time will tell what happens with Erica, but as of now, Tom is disgraced and will never be respected in the legal community again. And at number 9, Matt Damon. Matt Damon just had a case of instant regret. Basically, during an interview, he shared a story about how his daughter urged him to stop using the F slur as it's homophobic. Damon claims that he only used it as a joke and never in a hurtful manner, but that his daughter's words resonated with him and decided to stop. But that instantly backfired, with people calling out the star for ever saying it in the first place. So then the actor tried to clear the air and clarify that he never actually said the F word. He only heard it back when he was a kid, adding that he never used it in his personal life, but his daughter's words just resonated with him. I think it's clear he was trying to get some sort of praise for being woke, and that's why I brought it up, but thankfully it backfired. We really just should stop praising people for doing the bare minimum. And at number 8, Khloe Kardashian. Khloe broke the internet when it was revealed that an unedited photo of her was going viral online. Even worse, after the photo started to gain traction, Khloe got her lawyers involved and hired an entire team to scour the internet and remove this photo. But obviously it can't stop the internet from spreading things around, and the harder Khloe tried to remove this photo, the bigger the story got. The photo in question shows Khloe in a bikini by a pool without any makeup on or airbrushing. After the story got too big to ignore, Khloe's camp released a statement saying that the photo was taken during a private gathering and was posted online without her permission. I think it's clear that Khloe is never going to stop editing her photos. It seems that the more negative attention the public gives her for her looks, the worse things seem to get. So at this point, I think we should probably just let her be and let her do what she wants with her looks without commenting on it. And at number 7, Chrissy Teigen. Chrissy Teigen faced major backlash this year after she was exposed for being an online bully to countless other celebrities. These people included Courtney Stodden, Avril Lavigne, and even 9-year-old Quansney Wallace. After tons of pushback, Chrissy apologized and even decided to take some time off the internet. During this time, tons of brands dropped her and sponsors stopped backing her. However, Chrissy decided to return to the internet less than a month after this near career-ending scandal, to the dismay of many. After Chrissy blatantly showed how little she cares about the terrible things that she's done, I think it's time for us to all stop supporting her and giving her a platform to which she just uses to tear other people down. And at number 6, Jamie Lynn Spears. Jamie Lynn Spears has been getting dragged online recently, with Britney's fans attacking her. After Britney recently made a lot of negative comments about her family, even specifically calling out Jamie Lynn in some of them, it's clear Britney despises her entire family, including her younger sister. After Jamie Lynn started getting hate, she responded, quote, "Maybe I didn't support her the way the public would like me to with a hashtag on a public platform, but I can assure you that I've supported my sister long before there was a hashtag, and I'll support her long after." But Britney has been clapping back at those sorts of statements. In one caption, Britney wrote, quote, "I don't like that my sister showed up at an awards show and performed my songs to remixes. My so-called support system hurt me deeply. This conservatorship killed my dreams." It's clear that Jamie Lynn just wants to live a normal life somewhat away from the spotlight, and even though fans want to support Britney, it doesn't mean that we should attack Jamie without even knowing the full story. Halfway at number 5, Adele. Adele burst onto the scene with her chart-topping album 19, and even though her voice was captivating audiences everywhere, it seems that all anyone could pay attention to was her body. At first, she was shamed heavily in the media for her larger figure. Chanel designer Karl Lagerfeld once said, quote, "She's a little too fat, but she has a beautiful face and a divine voice." So yikes, awful stuff. A few years later, Adele decided to drop a shocking amount of weight, looking essentially unrecognizable. And even though she still has her amazing voice, it seems all anyone talks about now is her weight. Adele addressed all the chatter on her episode of SNL, saying in a skit, quote, "I know I look really different since you last saw me, but actually because of all the COVID restrictions, I had to travel light and I could only bring half of me. This is the half I chose." And at number 4, Chris Harrison. The Bachelor host Chris Harrison was caught up in a massive scandal after he supported Rachel Kirkconnell during her scandal. Rachel was a frontrunner on Matt James's season at the time that content surfaced showing Rachel dressed as a Native American person and attending an antebellum plantation-themed college party. And even though Rachel is the one that was in the scandal, when Chris stepped in to somewhat defend her, he got cancelled. The backlash against him was so bad, Chris was forced to apologize 2 different times via Instagram and ended up leaving the show for good. There's been a lot of debate over whether the punishment fits the crime in regards to Harrison's scandal, but at this point I think we should just, kind of let it go and stop talking about it. And at number 3, Hailey Baldwin and Justin Bieber's marriage. Since these two got back together and got married, it feels like the whole world thinks it's a lie, and both people are just in the marriage for other reasons, like Justin wants to get over Selena Gomez, while Hailey just wants clout. And whenever anything negative is revealed about their relationship, the whole world seems to just pile on and make matters worse. Also, Jelena fans will not stop bringing up Selena and Justin's relationship and essentially making Hailey feel like the other woman. Hailey is so fed up with this whole narrative, she actually commented on Instagram about it. When fans started trashing her marriage, Hailey wrote, quote, "We're adults that have better things to do than waste time explaining something just so you can stop your delusional fantasies. I'm not going to sit here and let obsessive strangers try and tell me about my own husband. Want to talk about somebody's husband? Then get your own. Good night." And at number 2, Kanye West. Kanye West has been making headlines for his questionable behavior for years now, but with all the hype around his latest Project Donda, it's clear his mother's death is a pivotal reason for all this behavior. Over the years, Kanye has been picking fights with other celebrities, getting emotional in front of crowds, and tweeting out controversial takes. All of this unpredictable behavior even forced Kim Kardashian to file for divorce in order to look out for their kids. Kim also revealed Kanye suffers from bipolar disorder, and this is the cause of many of his outbursts. I think it's clear that Kanye needs help to deal with all the demons that he's been suppressing all these years, along with the help to deal with his recent divorce. And the media needs to just give him time and space to do so. And finally, at number 1, Prince Harry and Meghan Markle. Harry and Meghan were some of the most talked about people last year. Everyone was talking about the drama their marriage caused, their new baby, and what kind of role Meghan would be taking in the family. However, things changed quickly when Harry and Meghan decided to leave London to get some space and figure things out right before the pandemic hit. While they were locked inside because of the pandemic, the pair realized they didn't want to be part of the royal family anymore and officially left in 2021. Since then, the couple has been living in LA and are trying to make a life for themselves outside of the royal family. At this point, it's hard to tell if they want to be left alone from the press or if they want the fame and attention. But I think after all the pair has gone through, the media should just give them their space and stop talking about them. And at number 10, Jussie Smollett. Jussie Smollett was best known for his role on Empire at the time of his scandal, although he was not a household name. But his fame exploded to new heights when he alleged that 2 white men, who were wearing MAGA hats, attacked him, shouting racist and homophobic slurs. The whole world supported him, and he became somewhat of a figurehead against racial hate, until it was revealed that it was all a lie, and he actually paid 2 men to attack him. After it was revealed that he faked everything, the city of Chicago sued him for filing a fake police report, as well as the cost of investigating the attack for over $130,000. On February 11th of 2020, Smollett was indicted again by a Cook County grand jury on 6 counts pertaining to making 4 false police reports, and he was of course blacklisted from the industry. He was just found guilty of his crimes and will be serving time behind bars, and he will obviously never work in Hollywood again. And at number 9, Josh Duggar. Josh Duggar has finally been found guilty for his crimes and is now facing up to 40 years in prison for his charges. The former reality TV star, known as a sibling on the show 19 Kids and Counting, was sentenced and he will be charged in Arkansas. I can't exactly tell you what his charges are, or the video could get flagged, but he was charged with receiving and possessing illegal content of. After the guilty verdict, Duggar's lawyers made a statement saying, quote, "We appreciate the jury's lengthy deliberations, we respect the jury's verdict, and we intend to appeal." He's since been taken into custody, but his sentence has not been determined. Since the guilty verdict, Josh's sister, Jana Duggar, has also been arrested on similar charges. Since the family is now disgraced, nobody will want to hire them again. And at number 8, Travis Scott. Travis Scott has been blacklisted from the music industry following the tragic Astroworld Festival that took place in Houston. As of now, 10 people have passed away following the festival, while hundreds are injured. After the festival, fans realized this problematic behavior was not a one-off, and Travis had encouraged rowdy and dangerous behavior in the past. Scott and the concert organizers are now getting sued in a mountain of lawsuits that equal to potentially billions of dollars in payouts. Since it's unclear who's legally at fault for the tragedy, no concert venue or insurance agency will ever want to work with Travis again, as the liability is just not worth it. Many have speculated that Travis could even go bankrupt because of the money he's going to be paying out. Travis also did an interview with Charlemagne the God where he took zero accountability for what happened. All of this just proves that Travis will not have a career when this is over. And at number 7, Joe Gorga. Joe Gorga is currently performing a comedy set around the country, but at a show earlier this month, his performance was so bad that his wife Melissa had to pull him off the stage. Melissa and Joe are best known from their time on Real Housewives of New Jersey. While he was performing a stand-up set at the Governor's Comedy Club in Long Island, his performance got messy real quick. After Melissa yanked him off the stage, Joe submitted a statement through his manager, saying in part, quote, "This was not my typical show. As I share my many life lessons in my stand-up routine, now I can add this one: don't mix alcohol with Sudafed. He says he was not feeling well and decided to take something so that he would still be able to perform for his fans. But after he had a few drinks, his body did not react as well to the mix as he had hoped, and he started acting a little loopy. Joe said in the statement that he doesn't often take cold medicine and that his wife had not seen him like that, which is why she approached the stage to get him off. After this, who knows if he will be hired again by the venue. And at number 6, Drake. Drake and Kanye made huge waves in the rap community when they squashed their beef and came together to perform at the Free Larry Hoover benefit concert. Fans online said it was the concert of the year and were raving about Kanye's set. Some even said that it was his best performance ever. But sadly, Drake did not get that kind of response, and fans were disappointed and even embarrassed by Drake's performance. The big issue was that Kanye made a point to play a lot of his classic hit songs, while Drake practically only played music from his most recent release, Certified Lover Boy. One fan even joked that based on his set, Drake does not want Larry Hoover to be free. Drake has not responded to all the criticism, but I'm sure it's taken a hit to his ego. Halfway number 5, Chris Cuomo. CNN's Chris Cuomo has officially been fired from his network after an investigation uncovered the anchor helped his brother disgrace Governor Andrew Cuomo during his scandal. Earlier, they announced that he was going to be suspended, barring the results of the investigation. But partway through the investigation, they had uncovered enough to fire him. CNN wrote, quote, "While in the process of that review, additional information has come to light. Despite the termination, we will investigate as appropriate." This all comes on the heels of an investigation by the New York Attorney General's office, which suggested that he was heavily involved in his brother's scandal. Following his termination, reports are coming out that Chris was accused of sexual harassment, and that's a part of the reason for his termination. So it's clear that no network will want to touch him. And at number 4, James Corden. James Corden is the beloved host of The Late Late Show. He's produced viral segments like Spill Your Guts or Fill Your Guts and Carpool Karaoke. But a lot of people don't know that he started out as an actor, and he wants to do more of it in the future. But unfortunately, the public does not want this for him, and is doing everything possible to keep him away from their favorite musicals. He was a part of the live remake of Cats, which was a disastrous failure. Then after it was announced that Ariana Grande was going to be acting in the big screen version of Wicked, the public was worried that James Corden might try to get involved. So someone started a petition called, quote, "Keep James Corden out of Wicked." The bio for the petition simply stated, "James Corden in no way, shape, or form should be in or near the production of Wicked the movie." That's pretty much it, and almost immediately got over 50,000 signatures, so it's clear that James will not be hired for any more musicals in the future. And at number 3, Ice Cube. With the new rules surrounding vaccines in the workplace, some Hollywood stars have been kicked off new movies because they refuse to get the shot. Ice Cube has officially stepped away from Sony's upcoming comedy, Oh Hell No, in which he would have co-starred with Jack Black, because he refused to get the shot. The cast was set to start filming this winter in Hawaii, but it was required that all parties on set get the vaccine. Apparently, Ice Cube walked away from $9 million. Until vaccine mandates are lifted from production, it seems like Ice Cube will not be working. And at number 2, Steve Burton. General Hospital star Steve Burton confirmed on Instagram that he had been fired from his long-running role on the show over refusal to get the vaccine. After rumors had been swirling, he took to Instagram to clear up any rumors. He said, quote, "Unfortunately, General Hospital has let me go because of the vaccine mandate. I did apply for my medical and religious exemptions, and both of those were denied, which hurts. But this is also about personal freedom to me." Apparently, the whole talk about mandates happened after Burton tested positive for COVID back in August, and production was shut down. After that occurrence, the vaccine mandate was created. General Hospital is currently the only soap drama that has the vax mandate. The other 3 main soaps are using regular testing and social distancing to prevent the spread. And finally, at number 1, Marilyn Manson. Marilyn Manson has been accused of horrific crimes by multiple of his ex-partners. Actress Evan Rachel Wood posted to her Instagram on February 1st of 2021, exposing that she had been by Manson. In the long statement, she said that he started engaging with her while she was only a teen, and she was, quote, "brainwashed and manipulated into submission." She then claimed that she did not want to live in fear, and she wants to expose him before he does more harm. Concluding, quote, "I stand with the many women who will no longer be silent." Wood, who was 33, met Manson when she was 18 and he was 36 back in 2007. They later got engaged in 2010 for 8 months until the relationship ended. This statement on Instagram came as 4 other women have recently come forward with allegations against Manson. Manson has denied the allegations, but he still has been blacklisted until these legal matters are sorted out. Wood even recently revealed that Manson threatened to hurt her 8-year-old son. The only person who has collaborated with him since the allegations was Kanye West, and nobody else in the music business wants anything to do with him. And at number 10, Alec Baldwin. Alec Baldwin's career is on the verge of being over after he accidentally shot 2 people on the set of the movie Rust, killing cinematographer Helena Hutchins. Following the tragedy, the movie has been trying to piece together what exactly happened to cause this to occur. Blame has been placed on the assistant director along with the armorer, but it seems that the set was full of safety concerns almost as soon as it started. And it was later discovered that other cast and crew members walked off the set before the shooting because of safety issues. As of now, the movie itself and Alec Baldwin are being sued by a number of parties. It's difficult to say how at fault he was in this situation, but at the end of the day, he is the one that fired the bullet, and until things are sorted out, he should not work on another project. And at number 9, Shia LaBeouf. FKA Twigs' real name Talia Barnett recently exposed that she endured a toxic and abusive relationship with Shia LaBeouf. She later decided to sue him for his harmful and manipulative actions, unearthing tons of stories where LaBeouf was toxic, reckless, and even put her life in danger. Apparently he was so controlling that she wasn't even able to look other men in the eye or he would get angry. She eventually had the courage to leave and is now hoping she gets justice for the terrible treatment that he put her through. The two parties are currently trying to settle their differences without a trial, but if not, it will be set for sometime in 2023. There have been no major updates in the case as of now, but singer Sia came forward during this time and revealed that Shia coerced her into an adulterous relationship with him. So clearly he has a history of mistreatment that must be resolved before he works in the spotlight again. And at number 8, Travis Scott. Travis Scott is public enemy number 1 following the tragic Astroworld Festival that took place in Houston. As of now, 10 people have passed away following the festival, while hundreds are injured. After the festival, fans realized this problematic behavior was not a one-off, and Travis had injured many of his fans in the past at his rowdy concerts. He and the concert organizers are now getting sued in a mountain of lawsuits that equal to potentially billions of dollars in payouts. Following this disaster, no concert venue or promoter will ever want to work with him again because the liability on his events will no longer be worth it. Many have speculated that Travis could even go bankrupt because of the money he's going to be paying out. There's even a potential for criminal charges depending on what is uncovered. And at number 7, Dave Chappelle. After his special Sticks and Stones, Dave Chappelle is at the center of a debate about whether comedians should be able to say offensive comments under the guise of comedy. It was clear that he had won because Sticks and Stones became the most watched stand-up comedy special of all time. Then he released The Closer in 2021 and was even more controversial in his stance on trans issues, reigniting the flames of cancel culture. Petitions were then filed asking Netflix to remove his special, along with Netflix employees leaving the company because they didn't agree with their decision to air the special. After The Closer was released, Chappelle tried to premiere a documentary but was not able to. He said, quote, "This film that I made was invited to every film festival in the United States, and some of those invitations I accepted. When this controversy came about, The Closer, they began disinviting from these festivals, and now, today, not a film company, not a movie studio, not a film festival, not nobody will touch this film." And at number 6, Tory Lanez. In July of 2020, Megan Thee Stallion was allegedly shot in the foot after a party at Kylie Jenner's house. A month later, she claimed that Tory was the person who did it. Tory has continued to deny this, but evidence keeps mounting against Lanez. The two are now in a legal battle as Megan wants him to be held accountable for his actions. Tory is currently facing 2 felony charges of assault with a semi-automatic firearm and carrying a loaded, unregistered firearm in a vehicle, plus the charge of personally inflicting great bodily injury. If he is convicted, he could spend up to 22 years in prison. As of now, he has pled not guilty and has fought to speak about the case publicly, but the judge has denied this request. Tory was then brought out at the Rolling Loud Festival during the Baby set, which was against Megan's restraining order because she was also performing at the festival. Because he violated this order, Megan is bringing him back to court. As of now, nobody wants to be affiliated with him. Halfway at number 5, James Corden. James Corden is the beloved host of The Late Late Show, and he's produced viral segments like Spill Your Guts or Fill Your Guts and Carpool Karaoke. But a lot of people don't know that he started out as an actor and he wants to do more of it in the future. But unfortunately, the public does not want this for him and is doing everything possible to keep him away from their favorite musicals. He was a part of the live remake of Cats, which was a disastrous failure. Then, after it was announced that Ariana Grande was going to be acting in the big screen version of Wicked, the public was worried that James Corden might try to get involved. So someone started a petition called, quote, "Keep James Corden out of Wicked." The bio for the petition simply states, quote, "James Corden in no way, shape, or form should be in or near the production of Wicked the movie." That's pretty much it. And almost immediately it got over 50,000 signatures. So hopefully they listen to the public and don't hire him. And at number 4, Chrissy Teigen. Chrissy Teigen has been hailed the queen of shade on Twitter, and she wears that badge with honor. But in 2020 it was exposed that she did more than just shade people in the past, and she was more of a bully. Tons of her old tweets were unearthed where it was clear that she was attacking people for no reason at all. After the scandal, tons of her sponsors dropped her, and nobody wanted anything to do with her mean persona. At this point, people are worried that she doesn't deserve to have a platform if she's going to use it to attack other people. As of now, she is back tweeting following the massive scandal, but a lot of people don't want her back. In at number 3, Lea Michele. Lea Michele used to be the queen of musical theater, making a name for herself on the hit show Glee. But that all changed in 2020 when she got called out by plenty of her former cast and crewmates, saying she was a rude, entitled brat. The person who kicked this off was Samantha Ware. She started the entire downfall of Lea Michele, after she called out Michelle for the way she acted on the set of Glee. When Lea Michele posted tweets in support of George Floyd after his death, Ware decided to call out Michelle on the hypocrisy. She commented, quote, "Remember when you made my first television gig a living hell?" adding that Michelle was microaggressive towards her and even threatened her. After this, plenty more people of color that Lea had worked with came forward to expose her. As of now, she is laying low, but it doesn't seem that anyone wants to work with her. In at number 2, Marilyn Manson. Actress Evan Rachel Wood posted to her Instagram on February 1st, exposing that she had been by Marilyn Manson. In the long statement, she said that he started engaging with her while she was only a teen, and she was, quote, "brainwashed and manipulated into submission." She then claimed that she did not want to live in fear, and she wants to expose him before he does more harm, concluding, quote, "I stand with the many women who will no longer be silent." Wood, who is now 33, met Manson when she was only 18 and he was 36 back in 2007. They later got engaged in 2010 for 8 months, until the relationship ended. The statement on Instagram came as 4 other women recently come forward with allegations against Manson. Manson has denied these allegations, but he has still been blacklisted until these legal matters are sorted out. The only person who has collaborated with him since the allegations was Kanye West. And finally, at number 1, Matt Damon. Matt Damon got cancelled after he revealed in an interview that he recently stopped using the F slur in conversation. He thought the media would praise him for the decision, but everyone was wondering what took him so long. During an interview, he shared a story about how his daughter urged him to stop using the F slur as it is homophobic. Apparently, he made a joke and his daughter got up from the table because she was so angry over his choice of words. Then after a talk, he decided to stop using the word. But that revelation instantly backfired, with people calling out the star for ever saying it in the first place. Damon then tried to clear the air and clarify that he never actually said the F slur. Damon said that he understood why his revelation, quote, led many to assume the worst, but he added that he had never used the slur personally, that the conversation with his daughter was not a personal awakening. After this, tons of people decided to boycott his new movie, although most people have since forgotten about the scandal.